Now we are here again to run you through a couple of functional strength and balance exercises that you can do at home. All you're going to need for these exercises is simply a chair or something to grab a hold of, as well as we're going to be doing some sitting and standing. And if you have one, a band of some description. Alright, the first exercise we're going to start off doing is sit to stand. So Sarah is going to have a sit on her chair. If you have a band at home, feel free to grab that one and pop it up above your knees for a little bit of extra resistance. No stress at all if you don't have one, it's just an additional challenge. From here, you're going to want to have arms folded across your chest, just so we can't cheat with our arms. You want to have your knees in line with your hips and a bit of tension along that band. From here, Sarah is going to have a stand up and then sit back down. And keep repeating. We're going to aim to do this 10 times. If this is too easy, you can really focus on slowing down that sit down, really controlling it, forcing our muscles to work a little bit longer. And if it's too hard, alternatively, you can work to use a little bit of your arms, but try not to. Our next exercise, we're going to keep that band on if we've got it, but slide it down to around our ankles. Again, no stress if you don't have one. You'll just be holding the exercise for a little longer. So essentially what Sarah is going to do is straighten out that knee, tensing that quad muscle, and then back down. With that resistance band, that's going to be quite challenging. Try and get that full knee extension. As I said, if you don't have a band, try to just hold up that top bit for about 5 seconds or even 10 seconds to really switch on that quad muscle, and then repeat 10 times. Same thing with any exercise, it's about quality and we don't want to rush through that exercise. And most importantly, we're going to want to be doing this on both sides. That's 8. Almost there. All right, we are going to take that band off and have a stand up. We are next going to work on a bit of balance. So you can turn that chair just so that support is in front of you again. From here, Sarah is going to work and stand in what we call a tandem balance. So this is essentially she's going to stand with her heels and toes touching. We are going to repeat this on both sides, so each foot has a roller being at the front. Essentially, all we want you to do is just hold that. Aim for sort of anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. If this is too easy, we can try and make this a little bit more dynamic, incorporating some head turns side to side, even some arm swings. Or lastly, you could try and touch your nose. If all of this is too easy, you could even try to stand on one foot. Same thing. We can have those same exact progressions in terms of turning our head side to side, swinging our arms, or touching our nose. Again, the ultimate aim is to be able to hold this for 30 seconds and not have to constantly readjust. So just push yourself to whatever level you can. All right. As I said, we will want to do that on both sides. So if that was a tandem balance, we'd want to have the other foot in front. Or if we're doing a single leg, we obviously want to do the opposite leg. Next exercise we want to run through is some calf raises. So same thing, you're going to have some hand support in front of you. This isn't aimed to challenge your balance, so we'd rather you hang on if you need. From here, you want to have your feet about shoulder width apart, and you're just going to gently come up onto your tippy toes. All the way up and then all the way back down. It's important to note you want your weight to be over that big toe rather than on your little toe or out the side of your foot. For this exercise, we want to aim to push it to about 15 repetitions to really get some fatigue through that calf muscle. If you're wanting a little bit more of a challenge, you can even try just do it on one foot, or if you want a sort of a middle ground, you can go up on two and down on one. That's it. All right. The next exercise we want to work on is an exercise to target sort of those outer glute muscles. So same thing, you're going to be prepped in front of that chair, and you're going to have feet both facing 12 o'clock or both toes facing 12 o'clock of the clock the entire time. Standing on one leg, the other leg is going to go out to the side and back to the middle. Most importantly, we want those toes to be facing forward the entire time, not out at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, as we'll be working a different muscle. This is a really good exercise because you'll feel it both in that leg that's doing the moving as well as that standing leg. You want to aim to do about 10 both sides. All right, the next exercise we're going to do is going to be with the chair on our side. This is going to be some sort of slow single leg marching. So this might be a bit too challenging for some, but if you're able, try and get a nice slow and controlled march all the way up and all the way back down. Again, we want that slow controlled aspect, not a quick march where we're losing our balance. If you need to, of course, hang on. And again, you want to aim to do a total of 20, so we've done 10 on each leg. The last exercise we want to do is a bit of a step tap. So you can either do this with a step or without one. So essentially we're going to have that same balance, something to rest on to our side, and we're going to try and stand on one leg and then point to 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Or 9 o'clock potentially. Mm-hmm. Again, you want to try and aim for 10 rounds, but if we can only manage a couple, that's more than okay. Just aim to take little rest breaks where you need. This little circuit has comprised several exercises, including both functional strength exercises as well as challenge and mat balance. Feel free to repeat 2 or 3 times to really test your endurance and let us know how you go. Thanks.